What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at you with another First Descendant video, and today, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about a gun that I've unlocked in the First Descendant. Now, the gun's called the Kingsguard Lance, and I unlocked it yesterday because I just finished doing my Viessa Clairvoyance beam rifle build. The video is up on the channel, so go check that out. It's a really cool build. Anyway, after I finished doing that, I was like, right, well, I finished Viessa. It's time to now work on a new Descendant and start working potentially on a new build. Which one should I go for? If you've seen videos on my channel, you know that I've already kind of done Lepic. I've already leveled him up, made the boss build, done a really good mobbing build with Lepic. Lepic's all done, so I needed a new Descendant to go for. Well, guys, after much deliberation, I decided to go and start working on Jaber. This is someone who I haven't seen many people work on. I thought, you know what, I'll give this guy a go. Jaber looks really interesting as far as his skills go. He's got turrets which he puts down that do really good damage to enemies. He's also got a red mod which allows me to put a second turret down as well, so I can have two of these turrets causing absolute carnage. You've also got a special weapon you use to enhance the damage on those, as well as increase the duration that they and the range of the turret itself. And then if you start getting overrun, you can self-detonate them and explode the turrets, which is pretty good stuff. I'm actually going to have a video coming out tomorrow just going over Jaber's mechanics, like the base mechanics, and how to actually play him, so stay tuned for that one if you're thinking about using Jaber. Now, what I really want to get into, though, is his main weapon that I decided to unlock, because, you know, I thought it would be cool to have a weapon specific for Jaber. And what caught my eye was this gun right here, the Kingsguard Lance. Now, I will say this much, it looks phenomenal. I mean, just look at that thing. It looks kind of cool. As far as the cosmetic side of this gun, I have to say I was highly impressed. What also got me excited about this was the fact that it is also a beam rifle, like the Clairvoyance that I just finished working on. This was another beam rifle, so I thought, well, I've already got a lot of the mods leveled up because I've just done the Clairvoyance. This would actually save me a lot of gold in working in a new gun, and plus the Clairvoyance beam rifle was really good, so I'm really looking forward to trying this out. And I was looking forward to trying it out for a number of reasons, which we're going to get into right now. So here we are, the Kingsguard Lance. Now, you might wonder why I chose this as a gun for Jaber. Well, first of all, before we get to that, let's look at the stats over here. It's got pretty good firearm critical hit rate as a base, so and not much on the form of weak spot. So like the Clairvoyance beam rifle, this one I would work straight into critical hit rate as well. Also, the fire rate of 545 is quite low as well, which means we're going to be able to get a nice long continuous beam out, especially when we start reducing the fire rate. And it starts off with a good 45 rounds, so we should be able to get a really good magazine. So just looking at this as a beam rifle from the outset, I was kind of excited. And I was even more excited when I took a look at the unique ability. Now, as you know, Jaber, his skills are putting out turrets, right? So when I looked at this and saw this ability here called Guardian, I started to get a bit excited. It says here, aiming provides preview mode. When cancelling the aim, deactivates preview mode. Now, what that means is when you fire the beam, so you want to do the actual beam laser part and just shoot enemies, you do it with a hip fire. And then when you go into aim mode, like you're hard scoping down the scope, that's basically going to put you into a different mode. And what you can do is deploy a Guardian Lance. Okay, on the terrain, and it consumes a set amount of ammo every time you deploy it. And it says the deployed Guardian Lance lasts for a set amount of time, and hitting the Guardian Lance deals damage to nearby enemies. Each time the deployed Guardian Lance is hit, its duration and range are slightly increased. Okay, I didn't really understand that just reading it. I couldn't really picture in my head what that actually meant. But before I go into the details at the bottom here, and you can see there's a whole bunch of information down there with regards to increasing duration and amount of damage it does, etc. It says the additional damage is firearm damage times 6%, which is kind of nice. My only concern here was the duration. It says here that the duration of the initial placement is 3 seconds. It increases by 0.1 seconds when it's hit at a max duration of 6 seconds. That's all well and good, but in theory, but when you actually put it into practice and try and do it, it's another thing entirely. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about right now. So again, another really good thing about this is the actual beam itself. It's a really cool, like, pinky red beam. which I have to say looks pretty cool. I mean, the fire rate's way too high right now, and we haven't got enough bullets, but I mean, damn, that is a really cool looking beam. It does look pretty cool, right? So let's get on to the actual ability. So again, that's just me just pressing the fire button. If I now aim, it brings up this little thing here, look. And you can go ahead and you can drop this. So let's just say I've got these enemies here. The idea behind this is, oh, I've got 6 enemies in front of me. Let me go ahead into preview mode, drop this thing down, and that's that there. And then you gotta aim at it and shoot it. And this is the hard part, actually hitting it. By the time I've even got it, yeah, you know what? Do you know what I'm saying? But it's really difficult to hit, and that's on a controller. Even if I'm on keyboard and mouse here, and I can move over to keyboard and mouse right now, guys. If I do it, oh, I need to get some ammo, hold on. Even on keyboard and mouse, it is extremely narrow and extremely difficult to actually hit. So let's go ahead and do it again. Reload first. It's just, I can't believe this is the ability on it. Right, we're going to put it down, and now I'm going to aim, and I'm going to shoot it. Oh, it's gone there now. Hang on, wait, let's put it back here, and now shoot it. Okay, I can hit it now a little bit. You can see it's starting to do damage, and that's it, and then it just disappears. I mean, I'm not being funny, but when you're in actual gameplay fighting, like if you take this into the actual field and try and fight with this, whether you're doing a defense mission, like, it's very difficult when you've got enemies coming from all different angles and you're trying to put this thing down, and then you got to sit there and aim at it, and then all your attention's on that, trying to make that thing wider. You got to shoot it to make it go, the range go, and by the time you get it to a good range, the blinking thing is disappearing. Like, it is not good. It's just not good, guys. I mean, look, it does a bit of damage, yeah, and it does spread out quite wide if you keep your beam on it. But I mean, it lasts 6 seconds. I mean, okay, maybe if I level this up, maybe if I level this gun up, just maybe, the duration is going to increase. Probably, if I go and spend all the time to go and get all the duplicates, yeah, it probably will increase. But the only time this thing is going to be doing damage to enemies is when your laser is actually on the actual lance itself. If you stop shooting the lance, it don't do nothing. The enemies just run past it. And if enemies have gone round that radius and come towards you and you need to take your lance off to shoot them, then the lance is a complete waste of time. It's not doing nothing. So honestly, I feel this ability, it just isn't that great. It's really kind of like a bit of a downer, to be honest with you. For me, I'm not a big fan of it. Again, on keyboard and mouse, it is a little bit easier to hit it. But if you're doing this on controller, all I can say with the recoil, I mean, good luck. That's all I can say, because it's not easy to hit. As you can see, I'm doing it. It's very difficult. I can hit it, but I mean, yeah. And obviously it's not doing much damage right now because, of course, I haven't leveled this thing up. I mean, we've got a few mods in it. I haven't put much in it. I did use an energy activator on it, which I kind of wish I didn't do. But honestly, I don't feel like I want to continue working on it because it just isn't that fun to play with. I'm not a big fan of that ability. I hate having to shoot that thing. In my opinion, it would be way, way better if they could change this so that when you put that down, it auto fires. Like, just put it down with a set range, like one of the turrets that Jaber has anyway, and let it auto-fire those lasers out for the time you put it down. Then it would be an absolutely awesome, viable option for Jaber to use. I would love that, because if I've got my 2 turrets down, if I'm using my special abilities for Jaber here, and I've got my turrets down shooting enemies, and I'm kind of working on maintaining these. And again, I've got a video coming out tomorrow, guys, talking about showing this in action in a defense mission. It's absolutely awesome. So like, I've got my turrets working. If an enemy comes close, I could quickly put my turret down and have extra lasers coming out of here without me having to actually focus on that turret. I don't want to have to shoot that turret for it to actually start working. So I think the Kingsguard Lance needs a complete rework in the way the mechanics work on that special ability on that gun, because the way it sits right now, it's just more trouble than it's worth, and I certainly don't want to keep playing with that gun the way it's set right now. So it's back to the drawing board for me to find a good gun for Jaber. If you think you know a good gun which I could use for Jaber, I'd like to try a new weapon out. Maybe you can let me know down in the comments what you think I should go for. I've already done the Python and the Thunder Cage. Would be good to maybe try something different for Jaber, possibly a sniper rifle maybe. I mean, I do have the Afterglow. I do have the Afterglow sniper rifle up here. I could possibly work on that a bit more. I did unlock the Executor shotgun. I also have the Smithereen shotgun as well. I don't know whether the shotguns are where it's at right now in this game. So I would love your suggestions on what weapon you'd like to see me level up with Jaber, because this is the current Descendant I'm working on right now. But I will have a video up tomorrow, guys, going over Jaber's basic mechanics and what I feel is the best red mod to use of him, etc., and the way to play him. So stay tuned for that if you're thinking about using Jaber. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the Kingsguard Lance. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, guys, you know how this next bit's gonna go. Stay safe, everyone, and of course, peace out.